fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
Without going into detail, I must say I have never seen anything like this before. The encephalogram suggests serious damage to the nervous system, but the other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly, although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
Look, it's letting out. You're awake. That's good. Welcome back to the world of the living, Stalker. How are you feeling? Do you remember what happened to you? In the joking mood, eh? That bodes well. Lucky? I doubt it. The facts are...
I see you. Just a minute. Hello, Mark. You became quite a legend while you were out of it. Well then, you drink and I'll tell you about... I was collecting bottles, one after another, in our base. As you can see, you know why you've never heard of it. Because too many people want to know about it. And the fewer that do...
Colt, leave the Merc alone with your dirty jokes. I need to see him.
Well, brother. If Libeder says he needs to see you, that ain't up for a discussion.
Жизнь, она что-то странная.
Got some fresh air? You look better, that's for sure. Let me fill you in on this situation. You're in the Clear Sky base. Don't try to remember who we are. You've never heard of us, and there's a very good reason for that. Our mission is to research the zone. We believe that the zone must be studied and understood so that humanity knows what it is facing here. Understanding is the key to coexisting with the zone. Because if you think about it, the zone is the most wondrous phenomenon humanity has been confronted with in its entire history. As I said, we are researchers. We are trying to figure out the nature of the zone, determine the reasons which caused it to appear, and formulate the rules that govern its existence. We are not consumed by a quest for money. We don't seek fields of artifacts, and we're not interested in turf wars with other factions. That is why we're hiding here in the swamps and concentrating on our research. Our forte is not combat, but knowledge. Knowledge of the zone. That emission was incredibly powerful. It was on a level of its own. It was like a hurricane. I see. How can I help you? Getting out of here isn't easy, not by a long shot. The swamps are a real maze of reeds and we're having a very tough time here recently.
This is the second outpost. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. Help!
That's enough chit-chat. There's been another attack on our outpost. Great. Get over to the trader. Trader, a fighter is on his way to you. Issue him with all the equipment he'll need for the mission.
Roger that.
Hurry, Mark.
Visitor? At last. Here, take this basic equipment kit. I've been ordered to issue...
Stalker, what do you want?
There are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bolt in front of you.
Run for the tower! The monsters can't get you there!
Nice. Hello, Merc. You were there in...
Colt, leave the Merc alone with your dirty jokes. I need to see him.
Well, brother, if Libeda says he needs to see you, then it's up for discussion.
Если бы мы все вместе боролись за свободу,
Got some fresh air? As night.
This is the second outpost. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. Help!
That's enough chit-chat. Great.
Trader, a fighter is on his way to you. Issue him with all the equipment he'll need for the mission.
Roger that. You're with us again at last. Yeah, I've been...
You have my full attention.
Merc, there are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bolt in front of you. Artifacts and anomalies. You can't see them, but detectors spot them easily enough. If you get close enough, your detector will indicate the location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up easy as pie. Keep in mind that your current detector isn't exactly top of the line. It only shows
Run for
the
the towers!
distance to
The
the
monsters
artifact.
can't get you there!
You're right on time, bro. I'm real low on ammo, so let's make the best of it together.
Attention all fighters. An emission is approaching. Get to cover now!
Иногда. Ну, непонятно. Деньги за работу получают. Начальству тоже понятно. Им конкретные результаты. Конечно, за все
You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far from the tower when things calmed down a bit. You know, Bien Polev was right. You defy scientific explanation. He believes that you acquired some, let's say, unusual abilities, which help you survive anomalous activity that would literally tear anyone else down to atoms. Also, it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point where our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Wait, don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die. A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated in the zone. A discharge, if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, the increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat. akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the Brain Scorcher. It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the wish granter. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the Brain Scorcher. I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium. You're right. But we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions. And we have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them There's a strange connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will, they mean you can get through places that others wouldn't even dream of. And at the moment, we need to act very quickly. I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Now this may sound like a line from a corny movie. Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us? Then listen carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment. But it's a lead. Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the cordon, we have to regain control of the swamp.
Oh, welcome, guest from foreign lands. What come you with? A bursting purse? A prized exotic wonders? Yeah, I heard your story. I reckon the main thing is that you're still alive. That's the sort of people we are. Let's not talk about that. Who knows? Maybe... Yeah, I know. Anyway... Drop in next time you're in our neck of the woods.